detective thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. We've had to pivot this week. We tried to get The Strangers Chapter 3, but it seems like no one in Australia wants to watch it. So points seem to fucking bury it.
Could not find a
hard.
showing in the city.
Nowhere.
The entire city.
Yeah. Nobody was interested.
Multiple chains, multiple locations.
We went to three different cinema chains. Nobody had it. It wasn't even mentioned, Jared.
No.
In the coming soon in the Hoyts app, it's not even fucking mentioned.
Yeah. Just put a thing up that says, we're not showing this.
I mean, it's DOA in America. Like, the box office has been shit. It's, look, but we wanted for completism to finish the trilogy.
Yes, and we will do that.
We will do that.
We will not be so easily swayed.
If I have to pay $4.99 to rent it.
What about $24.99?
No.
I'll go your ass.
We'll go, okay, $12. I can do that.
$12 and a box of shapes.
Yeah, box of shapes. Well, look, I'll throw in a box of fucking those other, those lower tier ones. Stackos. Not shapes.
Okay.
But we've pivoted and we've gone for a 1990 film which came out 2 weeks after last week's episode, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The First Power.
Yeah.
From 1990. But
when you initially mentioned this, I did. My first thought was,
have
you been hanging out with Stephen King and kind of getting into certain
talking about
things?
Shitty things. Yeah, getting on the fucking gear with Stephen. No. Look, you know why? I actually was just going to watch it.
Yeah.
Generally, I wasn't going to throw it out because I remember it very, tiny amounts about it.
Yep.
But I remember thinking, it was kind of around I remember the box at the video store.
Yep.
And stuff like that back in the day. So I was kind of interested in checking it out. And then I sort of, when we couldn't find The Strangers, I thought, well, why don't we throw this in the mix?
Fair.
I've got some interesting things to say about it because it doesn't quite fit what I was, I was thinking horror and it's kind of weirdly placed, I think I would say. But before we get to that, we'll go through what we've been watching. I have continued with The Pit. I'm now 10 episodes through the first season. Best television I've seen in fucking ages. It's outstanding. Fucking outstanding. Across the board. It's really, really well acted. It's balancing the medical stuff, patients coming in, with stuff that's out there about, waiting times and even down to nurses and doctors being assaulted and shit like that. It balances all that. It's really, really good. Really good. And really good role for Fiona Dourif.
Mm-hmm.
She pops up in quite a meaty role as one of the doctors. It's just fucking excellent. I was so surprised because this isn't usually my shit, but they've just weaved everything together really nicely, and the whole thing is one shift. So the whole season is one shift. It goes for 15 hours. So each episode is 1 hour.
That's actually a good idea.
Episode just butts up against each other. It's really, really good. And you're constantly seeing people in the waiting room, and then they'll come in. You'll see them for a split second in the waiting room in episode 2, and then in episode 4, they'll be brought in, you know, with an issue.
That's probably a hard way to go about it, but it sounds like they've nailed it.
They seem to have nailed it, and you can feel the chaos and shit. Everything's happening. You're also getting that sense of interns, then residents, then the attending. That structure of how it works. Nurses, it could have been a fucking disaster, but they seem to have really fucking nailed it. And from what I've heard, the second season is equally as good.
Yeah.
And it's already dropped, so there's still plenty there. I really enjoy it. It surprised me. I watched the second episode of Mr. In Between. Still going strong, solid stuff. This one wasn't quite as good as the first episode, but it's still really, really well done. And they threw in a little bit of the old revenge stuff, which I liked. I'll get to that in a minute, but I watched a shark film on Amazon Prime called No Way Up, which I did a miniature review on Instagram. Jared, I'm not going to say the acting was great, It was pretty bad. The idea and the plot was kind of interesting. The idea of a plane crash into the water.
Yep.
I don't know how this all works, but there probably would be a fucking air bubble in the plane, even while it's underwater. So you've got a section at the back that's got oxygen, and then you throw the sharks in the mix. I thought they did a pretty good job. The fucking VFX and shit were actually kind of pretty good.
Mm.
The plane crash was kind of cool. They did a couple of really cool shots. The shark stuff was all right. And they wrung a little bit of emotion out of me.
Yeah.
So I was all right with it. I was pretty happy with it.
It's funny that you watched that because about 3 weeks ago,
you were this close.
I pressed play.
Yeah.
And for one of the very few times, Adam, I kind of just stopped and said, I can't do this.
What?
I looked at because I saw the premise and watching the shark films or whatever. But the further I go, my resolve is becoming less and less hardened with the shark film thing.
The bull's roar is still well in effect.
Yeah, I literally, like 30 seconds, I hadn't even gotten past production companies being listed, and I said, I can't do it.
Oh, look, I'll tell you
but now that you've said it's all right, I might have a look at it.
I'll tell you what, it's better than the shitload of shark movies that I've watched.
Yeah.
Those kind of cheap shit ones.
I'm disillusioned. I just feel like we're never going to beat Jaws. We're never going to even match Jaws.
No, of course, no. No, that ship sailed.
The ship fucking
you would have
sank,
to do
Adam.
something fucking very impressive,
Yeah.
I think, and it's hard to do that today.
Yes. Although that said, the last one I did watch wasn't too bad. Oh, what was it called? The one that was set in the war.
Oh, yeah, Beasts of War.
Beasts of War, that's it. So maybe I should have a look.
But Jared, even the ones where they've got money and backing and shit, like The Shallows and Deep Blue Sea and that, they're still 3.5.
Exactly.
But they're fucking not even
That's why
close.
she's a Bull's Roy. If you can't get within half a star in 50 years, what the fuck are we doing with the genre?
Yeah, that's
Why are we
right.
still bothering? Why don't we just pack it up?
Yeah, it's time to fucking
You know,
pull it
the
up.
best ones have been the ones that aren't shark ones. The ones that just go, let's do Jaws with a fucking alligator. Or let's do Jaws with a razorback.
Razorback, classic.
No, Razorback's no higher than a 3.
No, 3 at best. And the last thing before we get into our deep dive into Tulsa King, episode 2, while I was on Paramount, for some reason I was looking for something to watch that wasn't true crime. I started watching Sheriff Country, which is a show that's on, which I believe is a offshoot of another one called Fire Country.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it's a Jerry Bruckheimer one. Yeah, it was all right. But those shows are made for free-to-air television. And they don't quite have the nuance of some of these other ones that we're seeing, the prestige dramas we're seeing on some of the streaming services where they've got they're given a bit of looseness to really come up with something.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's Sheriff Country and Fire Country are more in like the CSI mold.
Yes.
Reasonably low, not low budgets, but in comparison.
Budgets are reasonable. And you've got well-known TV actors and stuff like that.
But we're trying to punch out seasons a bit quicker and that sort of thing.
And we're also punching out generic stuff. You've seen this shit a million times. You could have watched any of the NCISs or CSIs or whatever, and you probably would have seen the same things.
Yep.
Well, reasonably well made. And, Jerry knows what gets people to watch.
Yeah.
So you know what you're going to get. But it was okay. I'll see it through.
Interesting.
But that was it for me.
Okay. So the first one I'm going to mention, I actually watched this over a month ago now, but I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it to you. And it's probably one that you want to check out. I finally watched Cargo, which is the Aussie zombie film that has Martin Freeman in it, and it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Really cool. So the story is basically him trying to find someone to take his infant child in the midst of a zombie
apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah, really cool, really cool. It has some of the things that you've seen before, but mixing in, Aussie sort of landscapes, the outback, sort of vast distances, some Indigenous characters.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I quite enjoyed it, so I would recommend you have a look at that one.
Okay.
Outside of that, there's been a hefty theme through my week. So firstly, I'm about to finish season 4 of the Stranger Things, sort of watch through before we get back into season 5.
Yeah, okay.
I think season 4 might have been my favourite.
Okay.
It's again, it's got its issues where it's a little uneven. Like I don't love the stuff with if you haven't seen it, block your ears for a second, but Hopper in Russia and that sort of thing. They love that, although it does have some good parts about it. But some really awesome scenes involving Vecna and the Nightmare on Elm Street influence, especially. I kind of saw a little bit. Already saw it, but it was nice to sort of touch back with it and see that again, especially after having just watched the Elm Streets. Yeah, and really seeing that theme coming through. So yeah, I really quite enjoying it, and obviously seeing my daughter sort of watch it for the first time and really get into it's been fun. So yeah. Outside of that, the theme on the back of Ninja Turtles. I kept on the 4K box set. I watched Secret of the Ooze. Secret of the Ooze holds up in terms of the look of it. Yeah. But it's where they go. It's exactly what we spoke about last week, where they go full. Like within minutes, you meet the Turtles and they're quipping like gags that just don't land for the adult audience and that sort of stuff. It just goes way more with that. That said, I actually love the look of Super Shredder. Yeah. And that kind of stuff is okay for me. I don't mind adding a little bit of that, but the goofiness is where it sort of falls down, I think. And, Tucker and Razor being used as sort of comic relief. It's sort of obviously like it worked much better for the kids and they dropped the darkness behind the first one completely.
And they recast April O'Neil, is that right?
Yes, yep, Paige Turth.
And how did...
I think she was okay. Yeah. She wasn't Judith Hogue, but losing Casey hurt the April character as well. I think Judith Hogue was she kind of nailed it, especially for someone when originally, when I was a little kid, I kind of looked at her and like part of me was like, I don't think she looks a lot like the April that I know. At that time, it was the yellow jumpsuit cartoon version, but as I got a bit older and read the comics and whatever, she actually does fit really well. And watching it this time around especially, I was like, nah, she was great. Yeah. So, it definitely lacks that. I think going full on towards the kids stuff was where it sort of fell down. Okay. Part 3, similar story.
I hear that's even worse though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's funny because they have a setting where, and some characters where you could find a bit of an adventure-y, almost like a Pirates of the Caribbean-y sort of tone to things, but they just never find it, and the suits are a little bit cheaper. And I mean, they had Elias Koteas back. Yeah. And kind of sideline him in one aspect. Although there is a couple of laughs, one of the few laughs I got was some of the Japanese characters in the modern time sort of, finding TV and, starting to, Casey trying to teach them hockey and shit like that. I actually got a few laughs out of that. But yeah, it's probably the bottom of the barrel. Okay. Continued on to the 2007 animated one. Uh-huh. It's not bad. Goes more to like...
Is that the John Woo one?
John Woo.
Didn't John Woo do one of them?
No.
Or had involvement in one
he might have had it. I think if he had involvement, it was this one, but it wasn't like directorial.
No. But he had a producing credit or something.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart did a voice in this one. Okay. It was supposed to be initially, I think, a continuation of the first, the one we watched last week.
Yeah, okay.
But there's parts of it that don't sort of go in that direction. Look, it's mostly all right. The funny thing is they go with a villain and that it's not, as far as I know, not really anywhere in the lore. Okay. When they've got a lot to work with. They had the cartoons, they had the comics and whatever that you could have reworked something, but as far as I know, they just sort of created one for It's not terrible, but it's certainly better than, I would say as a film, it's better than Secret of the Ooze and better than Part 3, but it's sort of probably more forgettable to some people that grew up when Secret of the Ooze was in their childhood, sort of. Yeah. And then I watched the first of the Michael Bay produced ones. I got the second one there to watch, and then I'm going to watch Mutant Mayhem to finish it through. But yeah, the first one, I don't hate it. It's got some good things to it. I actually think Megan Fox is all right. Her and Will Arnett gets a few laughs out of there too.
Well, I thought Megan Fox was a pretty good choice.
Yeah. The changes I don't necessarily dislike overall, but it's very, very clear that Eric Sachs was initially supposed to be the Shredder. I mean, I think I watched the first time I heard his name.
Yeah, it's an amalgam of the original. Yeah.
Eric Sachs. Yeah. I was initially I remember watching it before I'd even sort of had the chance to check in on that, and I was like, I think he was going to be the Shredder.
But he's not, is he?
No. He works for the Shredder. So it's kind of like when the Shredder's in there, he's a nothing character, and then when he's in the suit, it's so fucking garish and over the top. It doesn't really work. Same for the design of the Turtles.
How did that work? Is that a motion capture thing? The Turtles?
Yes, I believe so. I think it was a motion capture.
Alan Richardson is one of them.
Yes, he's
and so I'm assuming he is actually there doing all the stuff. It's just a motion capture suit he's wearing.
I'm not 100%.
It's his voice,
I think he voiced it and somebody else motion captured it, perhaps.
Well, I read something because I was
because he hated it.
He said the fucking they were treated pretty poorly.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe they did.
I think he was motion capture,
but I didn't think they were. But yeah, Johnny Knoxville. I love the man, but strange choice for Leonardo. I mean, I hear Johnny Knoxville, I think punch me in the balls, and I'm like, Leonardo's supposed to be the level-headed leader.
Or put me in a fucking toilet, turn it upside down a few times. Not that that's not fucking humorous, because it is.
Yeah. So, as I said, I love Johnny Knoxville. I'm not doing that stuff myself, but I love the guy is hilarious in his own right, but. Yeah, not the natural choice for Leonardo. I wouldn't have thought he definitely was the leader of that fucking boneheaded crew. But
I don't know. I'm going to assume it was motion capture because and again, you can't. The trivia was on Internet Movie Database, but
I'm still not 100% whether the actors actually did the motion capture themselves or whether they just voiced it. But
because Richardson was very fucking.
Yeah, he was. I've seen an interview with him.
Very, very unhappy with it and said that they were treated poorly.
Yeah.
And then he had written to the producers saying, this is fucking not good enough. And they said, I'll be better on the second one. He said it was just as fucking bad.
Yeah, okay. So, it'll be interesting. I'll dive into that and I'll
it'll be just interesting to know what the go was with it. I mean, I'm going to assume motion capture because he's a big boy and that shit would have worked. Like, it would have been fine. You put him in the motion capture suit and he could have done all that.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just not sure because there's definitely like acrobatics and shit that
those guys maybe can't do. I don't know.
You don't bother training Alan Richardson to do some acrobatics if it's motion capture because you just say, Alan, we're just going to get this guy in because he can already do it.
Yeah, that's right.
So we cut costs because he's cheaper than you. And we don't have to train you for 6 weeks.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm pretty sure that But I mean, fuck. Buck still annoys me.
Rubbish.
So it's look again, it's okay, but
I need to watch the second one.
The first one is still a clear standout.
Yeah.
By a fair margin.
It pitched everything in the right levels.
I actually think when I finish this up, I'm going to say, given the sort of recentness with which I watched it, but I reckon it's going to be 1990, and then I reckon I'll tell you next time around that Mutant Mayhem is the next best one.
Okay.
I reckon that's
because I heard that was good. I heard that was good.
Yeah. Outside of that, obviously we had Friday the 13th. I cracked out the Jason Goes to Hell 4K for that one.
Oh, shit. It probably doesn't make it any better, does it?
Looks magnificent.
Oh, fuck, great.
But I also watched the unrated. So some of the kills are a
bit longer,
I think the biggest one is old mate fucking melting. That seems to go on forever.
Yeah. I think I watched that.
Lucky he was recently shaved. So it was easier to
What was that all about? I'm still fucking trying to work that out.
Yeah.
I think I watched the unrated version when I did the rewatch.
Yes.
Through the box set, and it didn't fucking improve it.
No. But you know what? There's still something there that I like to go back to.
I like
to go back to Creighton Duke.
I tell you what I
want to find out about. I need a comic. If you're not going to give me a movie, I need a comic
donut.
With Creighton Duke's first tangle with Jason because he insinuates that he's
dealt with him
before, haven't they?
Yeah. I'll tell you what's wrong with Jason Goes to Hell. It feels like a first draft.
How long have we got?
No, it feels like a first draft. There are ideas in there that I think if you'd have taken the time to work it better, I think you actually may have had something.
Yeah.
Because I really like the Creighton Duke stuff. I like the idea of like fucking hard copy, this true crime. Like it's almost ahead of itself.
Yeah,
There's fucking shit like that going all the time now.
I think not having Jason in it was always going to
be a problem.
Going to doom that a little bit. But yeah, I still think there's stuff that.
But look at the way Halloween 2018, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a couple of the others more recently have used like that true crime podcasting and all that shit. Jason Goes to Hell actually has that
Yeah.
well and truly before that sort of stuff was even in place. So,
well,
I kind of liked a lot of that.
Funnily enough, at the same time, like after watching it, I realised that Hearts of Darkness has just gone up for pre-order basically on the same day. Like after I watched it, I was doing a bit of Googling and Hearts of Darkness, the making of, has just gone up for pre-order on some of the DVD sites.
Right.
I want to get my hands on it because it appears that they talk to just about all of the actors and Adam Marcus and the writer. And
because there's a bit of shit going on with the lead actress.
Well, yes, and they don't talk to Sean Cunningham, but in one of the features, there is something that mentions Cunningham that possibly insinuates they're going to talk about how much he actually might have had to do with saying, take the mask off Jason and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because remember there's that part where he's like, oh, it's fucking bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they say, Sean told us it's time to fucking do something like this. And then they go back to Cunningham and he's like, oh, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But every time I kind of watch it, I'm like, every time I watch him talking about it and see more interviews, there's been one or two where it feels like he contradicts himself.
He does contradict himself.
And I have a feeling that he is up to his ass in the decision making.
Of course.
So
the fact that I think he never quite reconciled with he didn't create Jason.
Yeah.
Like Jason's look is not Sean Cunningham. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not from the original. It's from part 3.
But yeah, I'm going to try to get my hands on one of these Blu-rays because I think they're restricting it to like 1,500 copies or something like that. So I'm going to try to get my hands on that, and then we might have to cover it.
We do a rundown on that
if we do get it.
Is that it?
That is it.
Okay, on to Tulsa King, season 1, episode 2. I fucking really enjoyed this episode. I think that they went for a more comedic angle. Especially around the fact that Stallone was 75. He'd just been in prison for 25 years. He doesn't understand how to get he had to get a new license. Yep. He had to get a new credit card. He's fucking around trying to get all that in the early stages. He doesn't understand the talking fucking crosswalk signs, like I liked a lot of that. And Stallone fits that kind of old grizzled guy who's not in touch with.
Well, we know that's the actual man.
That is the man.
Watched him dealing with his daughters for 2 seasons, Adam.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Levity.
Yeah. Dad, I'm 25.
Some levity just...
Not fucking 10.
Some levity works an absolute treat.
And I thought that really worked, especially too when he got fucking stoned out of his gourd later on.
Yeah.
And that was a cool sequence, Jared, where he renegotiates the weed contract. Because it kind of shows, this guy actually knows a lot more. He seems to come across in that first episode and a half as a dummy who's just a mafia fucking guy who's in town and no idea what he's doing. Yeah, he's a muscle. Yet he fucking hits him with all this stuff and basically says, well, you're going to charge us this much for the first 10 and this much for the next 10 and we're going to renegotiate the deal. And he renegotiates.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking great because that then showed he's a much more switched on cat.
Yep.
I liked the fact that they've kind of brought in that dude. We don't know why, but he seems to be fucking shitting himself about Stallone being in town.
Every time he kind of mentions his name or when he gets confirmation in the hotel, that's who it is. He's kind of pulling faces like, fuck. And I love that they also threw in, just to remind us of the environment we're in, him rocking up to his house to a big dog turd on his lawn and looking at the neighbour going, this is your dog did this. And he's like, hey, it was my dog. Oh, I watched him do it. Yeah, it's good for the lawn.
Your lawn, he said.
Your lawn. And then the other guy just walks off. It's like, is that it? I loved something like that because it reminds us of where we are. But even while he's remonstrating about this dog turd, there's still like a familiarity and a neighbourly kind of approach to it all.
Everything, yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. All of that stuff is really fun. Like Sly sort of reintegrating / railing against modern society. But also I love the fact, actually, the one that I laughed at the most was when he gets his license photo and they go click and then he turns to the side like he's getting a mugshot. The guy
what are you doing, sir? That was fucking piss funny.
But yeah, just ditching that self-serious tone that he seems to take sometimes. works an absolute treat. But the show also allows him a couple of those moments, like when he's trying to sort of reconnect with his daughter.
That was a nice
sort of
wrinkle,
thing.
the daughter. And I also thought that there was a really nice wrinkle of Stacey coming back to see him.
Yeah.
To basically tell him I'm with the ATF.
Yeah.
And that if you do something, I can't help you.
I liked it in the conversations this time. They said, like she's talking to a psychiatrist or whatever, and the guy's like, "What's wrong with all this?" Whatever. She goes, "He's old."
Yeah. He's 75.
And he kind of like, "Oh, really
the psychiatrist
old,
goes, okay. Writes it down.
Yeah. I'm glad they looked at episode 1 and said, hard 55 my ass. Anyone could have told you he was 70 plus.
I'll tell you what I think. I'm going to give Stallone a big rap here. The difference between the stars of the past, maybe I wouldn't even go as far as saying action stars. I'd say movie stars of the past. Our era movie stars. So let's go 80s, 90s, Arnie, Sly, Bruce Willis, Harrison Ford, Tom Cruise, these guys. In comparison to the guys today, in my opinion, and this is where this works well for Sly, charisma, Jared. Oozing charisma. Like, fuck, all of those guys, even when they were putting out shit, there was still charismatic. They had a charismatic way about them, right?
Yeah.
Sly fucking is leaning on that a heap here, and it works to his favour so well.
Yeah.
Like, today's actors, I don't know, I don't feel the charisma as much. And maybe that's just me because I'm old and crusty and sort of like, even a guy like The Rock, I don't feel the charisma coming out of him. It's
more the roles, right? You don't often go see a movie because of an actor so much anymore.
Yeah, you go for a property or a IP or a something else.
Yeah,
gets you through the door. Whereas those guys, their name was getting you through the door.
Yeah,
but they also had a lot of charisma.
And I mean, part of that's because we know so much more about it beforehand. But yeah, you had to have someone like that because you and I would see pictures. Oh, look, we've read the latest Empire and there's a few pictures of Arnie's latest or something. Fuck, I got to go see the latest Arnie movie because I know I like Arnie.
We also didn't have, you're correct, we didn't have umpteen clips, 50 trailers.
Yeah.
I mean, these days, you know fucking half the movie before you've even got there.
Yeah, and you can make that call, whereas previously, we've seen a few photos. Looks pretty good. We're Sly fans. We'll go check it out.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, we got duped a handful, many times about that.
Holy shit!
But it was sort of that's kind of it's just like a different environment to see him in.
But I think this works absolutely incredibly well for this show.
Yeah, there wasn't much I didn't like about this episode. Well. One extra thing that I think I need to mention was I like the relationship between him and the driver. What's his name again? Tyson.
Yeah.
I kind of love that because Sly is like the mentor and sort of teaching him, but he also needs Tyson.
Yes.
Because he's like, how the fuck does this work?
Yeah, that's right.
Like he's sort of
multiple times in the episode he's asking Tyson how the fuck he gets things or he does things.
But then I really like that we just get that one little scene of Tyson with his dad.
Yes.
And he's like, I can learn something from this guy. He knows business.
Michael Beach.
Next thing you know, he's going to he's getting high on bloody marmalade or whatever.
Yeah. I really liked
that was good.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
I thought it was a really, really good episode.
Yes. And look, it's not into any real heavy drama or anything yet, but it's just setting things up quite nicely.
Yes. And I think it takes someone like Taylor Sheridan to get that sort of stuff out of these older actors. You notice like Costner had a series with him. Harrison Ford had a series with him.
Had a series.
Costner had a series.
Costner's case before he started accosting co-stars
Taylor's not taking Kevin's calls anymore. That fucking prick. Tell him to get stuff.
He was it? Was it Wes Bentley?
Yeah,
fucking
they had a
accosted
fucking
mid-scene. Kevin, fuck off.
Yeah. Go and make a fucking high-priced Western, you idiot.
But you know what that was about? Kevin decided he wanted to rewrite a scene.
Oh, what?
So he said, he told Wes Bentley, you read it how I did it. And Wes Bentley said, I'm going to do it how Taylor did it. And Kevin fucking he fucking blew his stack.
Yeah, but what
a dildo.
Yeah, where do you get off?
Yeah, that's
just
rampant
shut the fuck
ego.
up and just do what they. I don't know. The fucking show's 4 seasons deep.
Kevin, you were on top of the world and now you're hustling at bloody World Bakery Conventions.
What?
As a keynote speaker.
Yeah, here's how you fucking make a pie.
Well, here's how you bake a pie and then you fucking
You spend
fuck
$100 million on it.
Yeah.
But Harrison Ford had a series with him.
Yep.
Now Stallone's got a series with him. He seems to know how to work these guys in and use their talents.
Well, based on, as I said, I don't have a history with Taylor Sheridan. I didn't watch Yellowstone. But based on how he's used Stallone in this, seems like a good operator.
Yeah.
I might be enticed to watch something else with him.
I have actually...
Tulsa King is more in something that even though I hadn't started watching it, it was the one that I was looking at going, that's the one that sounds like something I'd like to watch.
Yellowstone wasn't up my alley, not necessarily because it's not a good show. It probably is, but, you know, that sort of ranching stuff. I've heard a lot of good things about Landman as well with Billy Bob. And the most fucking virile man in Hollywood, Sam Elliott. The world's greatest mustache.
Even his mustache is hard.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, you just see it sort of perk up occasionally.
This guy. Jesus. But I'm really looking forward to the next few episodes. I think that we're going to see that mafia influence start to come into play down there, and I think it's going to make for some really interesting stuff. I believe Sylvester's daughter gets a role in the show.
Yeah, look, I think she's in more episodes, but it took me 20 plus seconds to say, look, I think it was Scarlett, was it? The youngest one? I think, look, I hope the book deal comes through. Because acting's not working.
I hope it comes through.
Yeah.
All right.
That was her, wasn't it?
Yes,
she was the one with the book deal.
Yes, she was.
Sorry, angling for a book deal.
Yeah.
Don't think it came through.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
I think we can.
What's next after acting?
Yeah,
reality TV? Not really working?
None of it's working at the moment.
Podcasting? Stick with that.
Oh, look, you know what? I did listen to one episode of that podcast when they spoke to Sylvester, and it wasn't bad because they didn't fucking soft sell the gun.
Look, I'm not going to...
They didn't throw him softballs.
No, that's right.
They actually spoke to him like he was their dad.
The one thing I will say is, although in the show, all of them seem very far removed from from reality, his daughters do seem like nice people.
Yeah.
So that counts for something, right?
Well, thank God for his wife. I think
did a lot of heavy lifting. I think
I told you when we watched that first season, I said, fucking hell, she's raised those kids.
He's just back on the scene. There's a camera and he's like, hey, hey girls, how you doing?
Yeah. We're still technically married. But, okay, let's take a break, Jared. And here's the trailer for 1990's The First Power.
Since the beginning of time, Satan has worked to create the perfect killer. One who kills many without reason. One who cannot be stopped. Today, that man exists. Be warned.
We're just going to go through a very small door here.
Lou Diamond Phillips is hunting a man who kills for the sake of killing. Tracy Griffith might be the only one who can help stop him.
I know where he's going next.
But this location fits the pentagram pattern on the map, and my informant says this is where he's going to strike next.
This is the third time in less than 5 years that Logan has been responsible for the death or capture of a serial killer.
See you around, buddy boy.
I doubt it.
Each death makes him stronger.
How did you know where he was going next?
I opened myself up to him. You might have executed his body, but his spirit has been released.
He has the third power. He could be anywhere.
How's the stomach, buddy boy?
He has the second power.
Hi. Hey, cutie.
He could be anyone.
Sister.
Oh, I'm afraid she's not here.
Now, he has the first power.
See you around, buddy boy.
Immortality.
You don't have any idea of what you'll be facing. You can't go on killing forever.
You wanna bet?
The first power.
The First Power from 1990, written and directed by Robert Reznikov, who wrote Collision Course, which is a buddy cop comedy movie with Pat Morita and Jay Leno, which we really should get on. I think it might be hard to find.
Yeah. Did not direct another movie either, did he?
No, I don't think so. No. It was produced by David Manning, who produced Runaway Bride. It stars Lou Diamond Phillips as Russell Logan, Tracy Griffith as Tess Seaton, and Jeff Cobra as Patrick Channing. The budget was $10 million. The box office was $22 million worldwide. During filming, numerous press materials listed the title as Transit because of the killer's ability to jump between bodies as a way of moving around the city. Orion, the film's US distributor, decided in post-production to retitle the film The First Power, so potential audience members would be more aware of its supernatural/horror elements. Transit would have made me think it was a fucking subway movie or something.
Yeah.
All right, Jared. The First Power. This was my pick after we pivoted. There are moments of promise, and there are some individually all right sequences, and a couple of little creepy things thrown in. But it's just overstuffed with ideas that none of them are fully realised. Like, at no point do you actually get. They didn't pick and stick, Jared. Like, no pick and stick. They didn't. This is what we're looking for. Let's stick to that and go down that. We've got fucking religion. We've got psychics. We've got fucking serial killers. We've got all sorts of shit.
You sound like Cheech out the front of the titty twister.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're outside the titty twister with all sorts of pussy here, but no, nothing. We don't stick to one thing, right?
Yeah.
We've got police procedural. Like, there's so many different things going on.
Yep.
And none of them are, in my opinion, successfully explained. It feels like it needed a bit of polish, the script. It's too sort of like fucking slapdash. Everything's happening. We're not really invested in that. And that hurts. That actually hurts it.
Yeah.
Because there are periods there where I was like, this is actually not too bad. At the end of the day, I came to 2.5.
Yeah, okay.
I sort of split down the middle on it.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's fair. I actually went to 3.
3. Okay.
I think you're right. It's sort of immediately when I was watching it, I'm like, the tone is, they're playing it straight. And so the first comparison I had was things like 7 and obviously Fallen. They were going for a straight tone. 7, probably, maybe not the better comparison because it's a little bit more
Fallen is a good comparison.
Fallen's a good comparison because it's similar. But what Fallen doesn't have is the couple of moments that veer closer to Shocker, which was the other comparison that popped up a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I think playing the straight bat was the right call because immediately, like once I heard Psychic, I was expecting, we need to go schlocky here. We need to. We bring psychics in. But then when I started watching it, I'm like, no, you're actually getting a bit of mileage out of the stuff.
The psychic stuff was actually useful.
Yeah, you're getting a bit of mileage. I think you're right in that, I don't know if overstuffed is the word I would have used, but I have a similar feeling more along the lines of we kind of were just finding out about things right at the moment that they became relevant rather than developing a sort of lore. And so, once we start to get into the powers, it sort of falls a little bit flat. Where it does excel, I think, is, as you said, there's a couple of really creepy moments, a couple of really, a couple of stunts that work fantastically well.
Some fantastically good stunts. Some really good stunts,
and
in fact.
the guy playing the killer, excellently, like
Creepy.
his creepy voice.
Creepy voice, yeah.
So all in all, I had a pretty good time with it. I don't know, LDP likes it when he was talking sequel not long ago. I believe he was mentioning the first Power in the same breath as Blumhouse and Jordan Peele.
I think not.
He said, I think he was sort of, oh, guys like this, look what they're doing. I'd love to tee up with them.
No.
Are you telling me Jason Blum says,
no.
What Power?
No. Straight into let's go into the meat here. And you've probably got something to say. I think Lou Diamond Phillips is a good actor. I like Lou.
I love Lou Diamond Phillips.
I think he's an excellent actor. I think he's been around. He has worked consistently.
Look, I have a
long,
strong
long period.
connection with Lou, Adam. One of the first movies that I became obsessed with was La Bamba.
Yeah.
So I have a strong connection with Lou. And I don't think he's bad in this movie.
No, I actually think he's quite good.
He's very good.
He's got the right physicality. He's got the right kind of he's perfectly suited to this. He can do this, right?
Yeah.
But I think you said that you felt like it didn't quite fit him.
Okay, well, I'll go into it.
Is he too young?
Go into it now.
Is that
it seems like
possibly some of the
yes,
too young.
Well, it seems like they're trying to place him as like grizzled vet cop.
A little
and he's
bit.
kind of like, you get those scenes where he's punching down a cigarette and kind of, they're talking about, he's taken down 2 serial killers already. This is his 3rd or whatever. Where you look at the guy in this period and I feel more like hotshot, young.
Yeah, this is almost like peak Diamond Phillips.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been what, 30?
Yeah, like
30-something here.
He wasn't all that old. And to me, that's more what it looks like. As you said, the physicality and stuff like that. He looks to me, not rookie,
no,
but hot shot. He's been on the scene for a couple of years.
He's kind of made some big busts and stuff.
Made some big busts early, but this is the one that's going to fucking break you,
did you feel like this would have suited Tom Atkins?
Oh, what wouldn't suit Tom Atkins?
Good.
If you get Atkins,
the kind of role
it has to be Schlock.
where we could have renamed the character Joe Hellenbeck.
But yeah, you kind of get all these. You kind of
drunken asshole.
You get all those sequences
rolling out for a fucking bit,
and then you get kind of Atkins busting out the door and kind of busting back in to grab his 6-pack and then fucking busting out again. Like,
no, I'm not drunk. That kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
Correct. Like grizzled. I think that's kind of what the script was asking for.
Yeah, when I was watching it, it seemed to me like the role was sort of placing him as like, you've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at him and you're like, up and comer.
Yeah. I would accept that. I would accept that the role seems to be very much the grizzled cop.
Yeah. So me saying that I got some words about LDP, probably the wrong phrasing. He's perfectly fine. I got no issues with his acting at all.
Yeah. And he's always been a solid actor. He's worked fucking extensively for 40 years. 40 years.
Fuck. I was going through his filmography on IMDb. I didn't even get about a third of the way through before I was like, fuck, I've got other things to do.
But the great thing about Lou, for me, is he transitioned from sort of young, kind of like teen beat, heartthrob type in the early days to later on, some comedy.
Yeah.
Hit the mark. I mean, the big hit, which is, a lot of people probably haven't even seen the big hit. It was a sort of an action film from the early 2000s?
I think it was, like
one of Mark Wahlberg's earliest films. He is fucking gold in that.
Yeah.
Absolute gold. He has the best role by far, and it's piss funny. Like,
but
piss funny.
He also skirted from, as you said, like young star to, all right, well, straight to video is going to work for me for a while, into supporting roles and stuff like the big hit.
Has always found work in a multitude of different, like they can be high profile projects. He's been on direct to video.
He's done a bit of voice work in DC
He's done
stuff.
TV stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think he realised like character work was where you can make your bread. Right? And I've always liked him, and I thought it was no different here. I thought he was quite good.
Yep.
I'm not going to say the rest of the acting was great. The introduction to his character was fucking Marion Cobretti. Like,
100%.
he's in his dirty apartment with a fucking pizza box open. He's got an ashtray full of cigarettes. He's got a beer in hand, and he's going over the case.
It's funny you say that, Adam, because my exact note reads, Lou appears to have taken over the lease from Marion Cabretti.
And he's cracking a mullet. He's got fucking cowboy boots on. I was just like, this is how we open this guy. This is what we open with.
Yeah,
there are few fucking coppers on film that have, this is where you want to go.
Yeah.
In the 90s, this is how it was.
I mean, there is no quicker way to say I play by my own rules by I eat a pizza and I decide not to throw the box out for 2 or 3 days. Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
You know what? This place fucking stinks.
And look, if I pick up that last slice and cut it in half with a pair of scissors,
so what?
What are you going to say about it?
Yeah, but also, okay, the cat's been eating it. It's been there for 3 days.
It's me who's doing the...
I still eat it.
Yeah, it's me who's doing the dance with salmonella, not you.
I know.
So you shut up.
But I play by my own rules. And if I get sick, shit, that's my problem.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Like, I don't know why, but I was just like, yeah, this is fucking... Like, initially I was like, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for this.
I actually had a like before that, and it was... I thought the sequence with the priests and the nun early on set a reasonable tone, but then as soon as I saw David Gale, I couldn't think of anything else. I was expecting him to take his head off and start going, I can't see anything other than Reanimator when that guy pops up. And he was literally in the movie for about 3 seconds.
I know, it's like, oh my God, there's that guy.
He's going to take his head off. He was also
that's the guy who played a disembodied head that gives cunnilingus. Like, what the fuck?
He was also trussed up.
Resume.
He was also trussed up in the gear that covered his neck. Check in on him. Check him out. It's going to go badly for you guys if you don't.
Ask him if he's recently had his head cut off.
He's covering it up.
This is not good.
Yeah. So, that had me buzzing, and then we had Lou Cabretti straight after that.
I like the killer's mask.
Yeah.
For some reason, it was almost like a mix between like Michael Myers and the fucking presidents of the United States.
Yeah.
From
it's unnecessary.
Point Break.
But I like it. I like
it. When we never saw it again, we only saw it one other time. I was like, what the fuck? Why were we wearing it? But it was kind of creepy, especially when we first saw him in it.
Yes. Yep.
He was in the dark tunnel and that, and he looks at her and it's like...
It looks suitably creepy. Something that would have worked if it was a slasher mask for an entire film.
Yeah, I think it would have.
Yeah. I also like that we are opening sort of straight into the capture of a villain.
Yeah.
But then we go back to the scene with the same killing that was avoided the first time around.
Yes.
After a little bit of, back and forth. It's just a nice hook. Similar to Stephen King, The Outsider. Like, we know, okay, well, there's something. We immediately lean to supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
There's something supernatural going on here, that sort of thing. It's just a nice little hook. Like, up to this point in the film, I'm like, we're cooking with gas here. We're looking good.
Agreed. I think it sets the tone that he's back.
Yep.
Somehow. We don't know how, but he's back.
Yes. Jeff Kober, is it?
Yes.
Fucking hell. The guy, all he had to do was open his mouth, and I was like, Jesus.
He's a bit like Brian Thompson.
He is, very much
Him and Tomo, this has got Cabretti. This is like, this movie's a little...
This is Stealth Cobra 2.
This is like a Jason Cobra.
This is Cobra 2, where we have to take some supernatural, because the first one was so outlandish that we can't do anything but top it with supernatural villains.
Well,
that's where we're headed.
Jared Lou has done sequels. He did the Cop and a Half sequel.
Oh, wow. No, I think Brian Thompson's a good comparison. Less kind of, Brian Thompson obviously has the biggest jaw in history. Well, actually, sorry.
And doesn't have much
second biggest jaw in history, man. And has that sort of deep tone.
Yeah.
I think Kober's voice might be even a little creepier.
Yes, it is.
But doesn't have that. He does have a
he has a presence
look
about him,
and a presence, but not. Yeah, I think it's more the voice.
He's also significantly bigger than LDP, so that works nicely.
Yeah.
When they're sort of put into a situation where they're bluing. I did like that conversation on the courthouse steps where we get the tag his line, which is Buddy Boy.
Yep.
And he says, what does he say to him? He says, I'll see you around, Buddy Boy. And he says, I doubt it.
Yeah.
This is about before he's about to get put to death.
Yep.
So I like that. That sets a little tone because we hear that line repeatedly throughout when he's back. In a multitude of different ways we hear it. And it just gives a little touch point to him being back. And it's another way, I guess, of separating when he swapped bodies, which I've got some questions about.
Some questions
later,
some issues with that.
Some issues, but I like that conversation.
Yeah.
I think it worked well.
Yep.
I also like that there's a little slew of like nightmare moments not long after that. So he dies in the gas chamber and then he busts out of it and attacks Lou, and it turns out to be a nightmare. And then we meet Tess for the first time, and he's down in the fucking garage, comes up to her, I like that, just keeping us on our toes a little bit. We're not sure he's fucking with them. He's in their head. Lou comes out and finds in his spare bedroom fucking coated with blood, and the cops turn up, and he's like, you need to get the fucking guys down here. The place is a bloodbath, and then there's nothing in there. That stuff, it's pretty sort of simple, but it's effective, I think, in this case.
Yeah, I think it's effective to a point, for sure. I think once we sort of got going, it felt like maybe it was filling spots while we get the thing rolling, but when it happens, it's reasonably well put together. So.
Yes. The little whispers of his voice and stuff in the back, and then they're sort of turning around. Did you say something?
Yeah, I did like that.
I like that.
Especially when the people that he's talking, when he's turning around and saying, "Did you say something?" That cop's the biggest asshole I've ever seen.
I didn't say nothing.
We are colleagues.
Yeah.
I made an error.
Yeah, we're working together. I'm not a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
You don't need to lock me up.
This is not necessarily something that I would say adds to the star rating of the film, but I couldn't stop laughing at the cop almost losing the psychic because he sees a nice looking lady.
I know.
And basically gives a bit of a head wobble and does everything but the hey.
And then it turns around and goes, oh, shit.
Like, brother, your job requires your focus to be in one place at this particular
point. Head on a swivel, numbnuts. Only for a fucking handful of minutes. It's not an all-day job.
Yeah. Fuck. I had a chuckle at
Honesty.
I think McKelty Williamson is pretty good too.
Yeah, look, I always liked him.
Short minutes.
I've always liked him.
He's a great role player.
Yeah.
He come off the
good
bench.
fucking sixth man.
In this one, I was just like, I buy him as a cop.
Yes.
And I bought him and Lou as kind of. You guys have been working together for a little.
Early on, Jared, I would say the police stuff is actually working quite well.
Yeah. Except for arseholes that yell at you.
But even then.
For minor indiscretions.
Even then, it had that 80s aesthetic of police procedural.
Yeah.
And a lot of that felt a bit more natural.
Yeah.
That was the stuff that was working more for me. Some of the supernatural stuff, it was okay, but it was kind of not as well handled.
You're more of a natural guy.
I'm a natural guy. I don't need fucking Jerry curl or something. I just need it short back and side.
Exactly.
Fucking high and tight. Let's not go too far.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't have any fucking any of that stuff, right? So back in my A-day. But I thought the police procedural stuff was more natural, like when they're celebrating him getting killed and everything like that. I felt like it was kind of like the bullpen felt like the bullpen.
Yep.
In the police stations back in the day.
Yep.
So I was kind of happy with that. And you're right, he works well as a cop, and he's always a good presence to have around.
Reliable
guy you can count on. So yeah, I would agree with that. I do like the fact that also Lou sort of throws in that Tess might have been working with Channing.
Yeah, I actually think they don't go for that enough.
They should have. They should have segued a little bit more investigation into
him being a little more him being skeptical for a little more. Yeah.
Yeah. How the fuck did you know where he was going to be?
Because Adam, you tell me you're psychic. I'm skeptical for good, basically.
Yeah.
No, I dig the fact that, like in movies, it's always.
Oh, you're a psychic. Okay, this conversation's over.
Look, I've watched The Traitors. I've seen how this goes.
Yeah, it's like
multiple
when,
times.
And just as a side note, Jared, there's a three episode show just debuted on HBO Max called Bigfoot Tooker.
Oh, here we go.
and it seems to be from the trailer that little girl went into the woods with older man. Then he came back down and she wasn't there. He told everyone Bigfoot took her. And I'm like, you murdered her.
Yeah.
Didn't ya?
I mean, shit, that's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be a very hard
I'm the
sell.
last person to see her, but Bigfoot took her.
Yeah. Can we just head down to the cop
mythical
station and get your clothes tested for blood samples? Because I think I know what might
No,
happen.
but Bigfoot took her.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, you can't wait to watch that.
Mate,
though.
I've been searching for Sasquatch for 3 years, where Sasquatch was the one that killed multiple people around what just happened to be a marijuana grow farm. Sounds about right.
Yeah. No, it wasn't drug dealers.
Were you sniffing where you shouldn't have been? No, Bigfoot was. So.
It wasn't drug dealers. It was a fucking mythical creature that no one's ever seen.
You know I'm going to watch that tonight.
Of course you are.
Jesus
well, I'm
Christ.
going to watch it too. I'm fucking
Yeah. Olvera Street. Nothing other than I've been there. That's all I wanted to Olvera Street.
You've been there?
Olvera Street? Fuck, I've been there.
That's
Pretty
in
good.
LA?
Yeah. It's I believe it's the oldest street in LA or something. So there was like Mexican restaurants and stuff, and we went with someone who happened to speak Spanish. So I was treated very well on Olvera Street, Adam.
Oh.
Would not have been if I was
Not
on
like
my own.
Lou. He was treated rather poorly on Olvera
was
Street.
treated
as far
pretty
as I can
poorly
tell.
there. So.
The guy jumping off the building and landing and then running away, fucking awesome stunt.
Look, Wire was easily spotted.
Yeah.
But
he
fantastic.
falls 10 floors.
And they've timed that. Like, the landing is
fucking superb.
If you've miscalculated that, there's a broken ankle or something going on. It's excellent.
But the way it's shot, that it had to come off because the way it's shot, it just looks seamless. He just hits the ground and then
he just hits the ground and goes. Like, it is honestly one of the most impressive stunts I've seen in.
Yeah, he's on one of those descender things, of course.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
Well, you can see the rope with a ton of slack, almost like a bungee sort of set up.
It doesn't matter.
It's got to be fucking timed to perfection.
But I thought they edited it kind of nicely, so yes, if you're looking, you can see it. But they edit it fairly quickly, so and go from a couple of different angles, so it doesn't like I didn't really care.
No, well, just a quick tangent. This is what we speak about with CGI or you watch that, you see the rope pretty clearly, but you're fucking just like, holy shit.
Yeah. Some prick
somebody actually
had to
did
do that.
Yeah. So as you said, you don't care that you see the wire. You are just in fucking awe of the craft.
Yes. That's
because I'll tell you what, you tell me, here's your rope, hook on, off you go. I say, get fucked.
Yeah.
I
do not need to hit the ground.
Yeah. Someone said they're going to throw me through a pane of sugar glass and it's going to be a soft landing. I'm taking that gig instead.
But that's the thing. Stunt work back then. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if you're fucking hired for Mad Max Fury Road, your arsehole buggers up.
You
right?
say, boys, we've got a payday. Excellent. What is it?
Yeah.
Georgie Miller. Fuck. That didn't go so well last time. I'm still on crutches.
Yeah, like the crew gets together.
I still have a limp from last time.
The crew gets together. It's like, if you want to back out, tell me now.
Yeah.
But that stunt work is fucking outrageous. But that stunt work is what they were doing all the time in the 80s.
Yeah, well, you had
90s.
no choice. You had to be very crafty with how you were doing it. But if you wanted something like that, it had to be in front of the camera.
Legitimate. And it's fucking really cool. Like, it's a really cool shot. It looks great. It's well shot. It looks fucking fantastic. And it's adds like real bite to that.
Yeah.
That guy is alive.
Yes.
He came back from the dead. He fucking leapt off the roof and then just landed and walked off.
Yeah.
Like, he's supernatural. Like, it actually gives it some credence.
Well, it's the stunts in general. So I listed a few of them, but I feel like while we're on it, may as well talk about a few of them.
There's a fucking car
The car
flip that's
flipping
awesome.
was fucking awesome. There was another fall, which wasn't as big, but it was a guy just taking it on like he's taking a hip and shoulder on the way there.
I was like, yeah, he falls from. It's meant to be Channing falling, and he lands on his side, and it's what three something falls, floors, and he lands shoulder first. He just fucking hits the ground,
hops it onto a couple of fucking bits of wood that is spread across the bloody steel.
What the fuck?
Fence. And then the one. The other one that I thought was all right was when he kind of leaps over Lou. All that looked kind of funny. He leaps over Lou and then goes straight out a fucking window.
Yeah, loved it.
So, the stunt people on this movie get a fucking
good rap.
Big
rap
thumbs
for them.
up just on their own.
Just works well on that front.
Yeah.
I also think there's a striking image where they find the cop hanging from the
bridge.
The bridge trestle.
Excellent stuff.
Tied up there. He's hanging. He's got like the pentagram carved into his chest. It reminded me a little bit of Silence of the Lambs, where they find the cop fucking trussed up against the cage with his guts fucking hanging out.
Well, again,
really,
Adam,
really cool.
It's obviously that requires a little bit of stunt work. It's not necessarily the leaping variety, but it's someone kind of getting up there and fucking being fixed to that thing and hanging there.
It looks fucking great.
It looked like it was super creepy, but it was also it's a pretty sort of straightforward idea that we just haven't seen a lot.
Yeah.
And then when the captain or I think it's the captain.
Did he get up there?
He's saying what we're all kind of thinking in terms of the plot.
Yeah.
It's like, again, it's feeding into the supernatural. Like, this isn't normal.
How did he get up there?
So it's a pretty straightforward idea, but just works fucking fantastically.
Very nicely. Striking image.
Yep.
Robert Renkov.
Craftsman?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Jeez.
Robert's not a craftsman.
So you're saying the stunt person is the craftsman?
The stunt people are craftsmen.
Yep.
Robert's a workman.
Okay. Okay. Harsh.
Like it's not great. I wouldn't say it was greatly. Like I'm not sitting there going it's greatly directed. It was okay. It was serviceable for what we had. I think this is where Lou's at his best for me. The confession. When he gets in the confessional and we get a little bit of character. You know, I saw my dad get shot, and the way he kind of talks about how, you know, I haven't been to confession for a long time, you know, and he says something about you have your sins washed away, and he's like, well, you know, I'm not sure if I believe any of that. And you know, he starts to talk about, do you believe in, like, people being possessed and stuff? And then he says, how's your stomach? How's your stomach, buddy boy? And it's fucking, what's he sitting there looking at him? Yeah. I mean, you knew that was coming a mile away.
Oh, of course.
But it's a really nicely handled scene,
pretty
nicely
well played,
acted.
pretty well acted.
And I actually liked the meat of what he was speaking about.
Yeah.
Because it tied back into the religious element and those sorts of things. We talked about that opening sequence with the priests and that. I have something to say about that. It's more in the dislikes. It's not necessarily the scene itself, but it's where it's placed.
Mm.
The psychic angle. I actually thought that worked out well.
Yeah.
A couple of times worked really well. In fact, the one where we get he chases him into that apartment building.
Yes.
And then she turns up and yells at him and he cops a fucking axe and the scone.
Yeah.
And then she's, oh, shit.
Well, that kind of like double dipped.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty tense. And then you're like, fuck, she's just seen it.
Yeah.
So now she's got to get there and stop it.
I liked it. I liked that a lot. And it actually played into a kind of cool sequence. I mean, the mechanics of pulling the bloody fan down from the roof and using it as a weapon are ridiculous. But it kind of looked cool because he had the mask on then too.
Yeah.
It was kind of a nice...
I mean, the fan is going like the fucking clappers when he pulls it down.
No, that's not how that works, guys.
A ceiling fan go like that.
Yeah, I've got them at my house. They don't fucking go that quick. When they're in the roof.
But yes, it's like you said, it does provide a pretty cool visual because he's got the mask back on. And it's like, well,
for reasons unknown.
I don't know why you got the mask, but it's working for me.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
I got a laugh out of the hot dog cart guy where Lou's going, Tess is going on about bodies being possessed, and then Lou turns to him and goes, oh, she's just recently come out of a hospital. The guy goes, maybe you should take her back there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fucking cool one. Nailed it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, really nice.
That worked well. That did work well. Another one that wasn't necessarily related to the movie as such, but Agent Johnson, no relation, working in the city sewers.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, times were tough after fucking the Nuggets homie.
Well, that was a
situation where
we all
tits
know
up.
that was a fucking debacle. Those guys fucked that up a treat, didn't they?
Yeah.
So he's now working in the fucking sewers.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. See, I saw his name in the credits, and I was like, "Where is he?" And then I expected him to be fucking Lou's partner.
Yeah.
Like he was a perfect foil for that shit.
Yep.
I like that Channing kind of manipulates him to go to the abandoned factory, and they fight, and it turns out he kills him, but it turns out to be, what was the guy's name? Grimes, the cop, because he thinks he's killed Channing, doesn't he? Because that's where he throws him off the fucking that's where that fall is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it turns out he's killed Grimes, and they keep saying that Grimes was a dirty cop and he was fucking pissed and everything.
Yes.
But it's Channing kind of manipulating him.
Yep.
With that whole body swapping angle, which again, you didn't explain to me how that happened.
No.
But I liked that sequence in general.
Yeah.
That was all right. And the last thing for me was Lou gets kicked in the balls twice in a row, once by a nun.
Always a plus for you.
He would have been talking like this, for sure.
If it's a nun doing it, is that double points?
Of course. It's the most... That is embarrassing to say, no, I got kicked in the balls by a fucking nun.
It's a pretty good story. Pretty good story to tell.
I'll tell you the time I got kicked in the balls by a nun.
Did I tell you it was in the sewers as well?
Yeah, all round, this is fucking a disaster.
Yeah, I think...
I'll be working down there with fucking Agent Johnson. This keeps up.
The way things are going.
Did you have any other likes that you'd like to sort of throw into the mix?
I think the shot when Lou rolls out of the sewer tunnel and the homeless lady's on the roof, the currently possessed
yes,
homeless lady's on the roof. Pretty
and
cool.
Falls on him, yeah, that was
Again,
all right.
not something we haven't seen. We've seen it in a few different contexts over the years, but still pretty effective.
Yeah.
And old mate burnt and leaping out of the acid.
That was cool.
Another cool visual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Visually very cool.
Yeah.
I've got some issues with that final
I've got a lot of issues.
Because
that, again, just hit the style.
Yeah, the style. Look, Renkov did understand the brief.
Yeah.
Because he wrote it. he wrote the brief. So he at least had the ability to see his vision through, and I felt like he kind of got what he wanted, which was the look of it.
Yeah.
Which was, for the most part, the look of it was pretty good.
Mm.
Although, it's a bit like Van Damme back in... Lou was dressed like Van Damme from fucking Kickboxer. The chinos, high-waisted chinos.
Cutting a few moves.
The fucking... The cowboy boots or the pointy boots. Like Lou could have fucking... could possibly
Lou couldn't have competed. Like, the kickboxer would have been much shorter because round one he'd have come up against a nun and got towed in the balls and the fight's over.
Then Lou's like, oh, God.
Not again.
Not again. I mean, that's like getting kicked in the nuts by a priest. Like, that's...
Yeah.
That's
well, I'd rather that than him taking his head off mid-conversation and chasing me around the room.
Who's going to listen to you? You're nothing but a fucking disembodied head. Go get a job in a sideshow.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the dislikes. The whole executed prisoner thing, it had kind of been played out around that time. I did a bit of quick research. Shocker was in 89. The Horror Show was also in 89. I think there was another one around that time that was similar. Then this was in 90. Then there was a couple after this that traded on the exact same thing. The whole serial killer gets executed but then comes back from the dead in multiple different angles. Like Shocker was through electricity and television. I mean,
what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Perfectly reasonable.
Perfectly reasonable. Fuck. It's a similar to the Bigfoot theories, but I think The Exorcist 3 also had some similar kind of stuff.
Yeah, Exorcist 3 was like the MO was of
a murderer.
A murderer who died the same night as something like that.
Yeah. I believe Exorcist 3 is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
So it was kind of derivative.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at it in that context, it felt a little bit like this would. I think in around that time you'd have been played out if you'd have watched all of these fucking movies.
And if you're going back to them, honestly, you probably do go to Shocker before this, just for
this
a bit
probably
of a laugh
made more
value.
money.
Yeah, it did all right. Didn't it make like 20 plus?
22 million on a 10 million budget.
That's not accounting for like VHS and
yeah, it did pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, like obviously Shocker you go back to for a few different reasons. Something like Fallen, I think, does it a bit better. I think there's ones that you probably this isn't top of the pile if you're looking for that kind of.
No. I mean, Fallen is top of the pile.
Yeah, I like Fallen.
Fallen works really well.
It's one we've been talking about getting to for a while.
Yeah, got to get to that. Yeah, because I mean that's got a lot better pedigree too.
Yes,
got a lot more going for it.
Yeah.
As I said before, it's just not overstuffed, Jared, but you've got a lot of things on the burner.
Yeah.
You've got a fucking full commercial kitchen burner going. You've got possession.
Yeah.
You've got fucking serial killers. You've got police procedural. You've got psychics. You've got religion. But they're all on the burner.
Mm.
And I don't think they ever find a blend for all of it.
Yeah, they sort of seem to touch on one and then leave it for another one. Yeah, we're not mixing fucking sauces into the dish or whatever. We're cooking it over here and
it's
we're cooking the other one over there.
and it tastes like shit.
No,
if you really want
it's
to look
not a bouillabaisse, Adam. They're cooking it all separately.
Yeah, okay. It's all these different sauces, and then none of them like if you dipped some crackers in it. you like some of them you'd go
some crackers.
What
type of crackers?
Or bread or something. Like you put a bit of bread in it and you went
Ritz, perhaps.
That's not too bad. Then you dip in the next sauce. You'd be like, oh,
yeah,
fuck, that's
together.
not real good.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Then I'll have a bit of that. But I'm not having them together.
And it's not working.
Yeah,
it needed to be a bouillabaisse.
Yeah,
as we said, and they never quite got that together.
Yeah, and I think so. One of my dislikes, which I think it sort of comes from what you're saying, is that the tone. It's sort of, I think, going with the straight bat was the right call, but there's a couple of points where it dips into schlocky.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean to, but it hits there a couple of times, and so the tone sort of shifts just a touch, and you kind of like...
It never... I mean, the straight bat was the smarter move, but the film kind of felt like it should have been schlock too. Like
only at points.
Yeah.
It sort of got to points where I was sort of like, this belongs more on the, the 99-cent rental kind of.
Which is probably
where it was anyway.
Fucking time.
Actually, if you were getting 99 cents a night for this one, they probably would have been pretty happy with it.
And look, that never actually explains the possession.
No.
Not properly. Like, they talk about the first power and they talk about this and that, and like the devil and Satan. And they even have the opportunity when he kidnaps the cop, when he's caught, to explain what he's trying to do.
Yeah. He's got the first power, she's got the second power.
But they never explain it. And next thing you know, he's jumping bodies and we don't know. Like, I never really got how.
Yeah. You didn't even need to put the body switching one in words so much, but I felt like there needed to be a moment where it became super clear a little earlier
like
for
a
us.
Touch? It just needed, it could have been just a bit of touch.
It's him, but it's not him.
Yep.
And he can kind of control that somehow.
Yeah. It just was never explained.
Yeah.
It feels like they thought, fuck.
Well, this is where I landed on it, because there is points in the movie where it's very clearly him, but then there's also points in the movie where it's him possessing someone, which is what I think he was doing when it was him anyway. But he's showing up as the person he's possessed.
Yeah.
And it's like he picks and chooses the times he does that.
But even like that's a pretty decent explanation of what was on screen.
Mm.
But that tells you where we're at, because the explanation wasn't given.
I feel like I wasn't.
I think you found out exactly what, or condensed exactly what was put out there.
Yeah,
there was no other explanation for it. Yeah. So it's hard to like,
because the power one was resurrection, right?
Yeah,
but he wasn't. He was actually fucking possessing
people. So is that power 2?
I thought that was power 3. Wasn't power 2 psychic? I'm fucking going back. There was only 3
of them. How many powers
there was only
were there?
3 of them, but I lost track.
Fucking hell. I didn't get any of that.
Because what did they say? They said Jesus was the only person with all 3 or something like that.
Okay.
at the end. But see, this is the thing. They only said that at the end.
Yeah.
We've been hanging around with priests and nuns the whole time.
This is the thing, Jared. This is where your script has gone wrong.
Yes.
Because you need to explain it better than that. And the opening bit where he got caught and he abducted the girl, that's where he should have given us a little exposition as to what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if he was talking to her about it. You know, look, this won't hurt a bit, but this is the first power. The second power is possession.
Are there other powers?
Yeah.
In fact, there's three of them.
Well, I'm glad you asked. There's three. Right. Even if he was
Problem
fucking reading
solved.
from the book of bloody
Book of
Leviticus or
powers.
some shit. Or, I don't know. Something out of the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that never really got...
That's all we needed. We spent a lot of time with people of the cloth.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a fucking verse anywhere.
Nobody opened the Bible. I mean, fuck, even a
Come on,
Gideon's
guys.
in a dodgy hotel room.
Yeah.
Could have helped. The
Yeah.
opening sequence that you mentioned, the priest, the nun, I didn't have an issue with it,
Yeah.
but it's positioning. It opens the movie. And I
Yes.
was like, this is like, it's like loose balls. Sticking out like loose balls. Just waiting to
Freshly
be kicked.
kicked.
Like it's
Swollen. They're sticking out pretty
swollen
far.
as fuck. Like, because they've been kicked hard. But
Yeah.
it does not belong there.
Yeah.
You don't open a
Which
movie
makes me
like
question
this.
why Lou would go to church. I'd imagine he'd have second thoughts.
I know, Lou,
there might be
yeah,
some
well,
nuns
Lou-
there.
Yeah, Lou should be sitting on
We've got a
a
history.
fucking ice pack. 24/7.
Yeah, no, I think the issue with it was they also left it for a while.
We didn't see the nuns
started
and priests
there.
again for about 40 minutes.
Not even just like a taste, a touch.
Yeah, a touch.
A touch of someone opening the Bible and reading about three powers.
Oh, shit, there's three powers. Fuck. This guy's done. This guy's
Did anybody come across this part of the Bible? Because this is the first time I've heard about
We're
these
in
powers.
some deep shit because Jesus said there was three fucking powers and we don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yep.
That sequence just stuck out like dog's balls and then it goes, boom, into a police procedural. I'm like, so why did we have that?
Yes.
Why do we open with that?
Yep.
Because, you know, if I'm in the cinema, I'm like, boo! Fuck! I'm immediately unhappy.
Yeah. Until a nun across the row stands up and you go, sorry, sister.
Yeah, sorry, sister.
I'll sit down.
Keep your feet to yourself.
One. So here's a specific example of when I sort of, not necessarily they mixed up the tones, but it made me kind of laugh a little bit. You're playing a straight bat, okay? You're playing it dead straight.
Dead straight.
And then you have a character say, don't patronise me. I'm not some sort of crackpot. I'm a professional psychic.
You sound... Yes, Jared.
I say,
Yeah. Okay.
I say, can you prove these? Can I put a little test together and see if you...
Let's see. Here's a thing of spoons.
Yeah.
You know what you sound like when you say things like that? You sound like Cosmo
You sound
Kramer.
like a crackpot.
When they say to Cosmo Kramer, you're not fucking responsible? What are you talking about? I'm much more responsible than you. Now I've got to go across the road and put my own blood in my freezer.
Exactly.
That's the
That's
sort
kinda
of
what you
thing.
come
That's what you
across
come
like.
across here. Because that sounds ridiculous. That whole thing just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. And then very quickly after that, they find Carmen's killer, the guy that's kind of just sitting there in a drooling
state. Yeah.
They cut to, I think it's the same bloke that gets stuck up Lou for fucking, did you say something? No, I didn't say anything. All right, calm down, brother. They cut to him kind of berating the bloke and he's going, you killed my friend, arsehole, didn't you? Didn't you? And all I could think of was Jim Carrey and Liar.
Hey, you slept with her, didn't you? You know who that guy reminded me of? I immediately got Brian James striking distance vibes.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Although he hadn't told Lou that he was a fucking sack of shit.
Yeah. Look, you can approach people just in a sort of in a low tone.
Lower the tone,
right?
please.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You're supposed to interrogate people, and this shit does not work.
Yeah. It's levels. It's like we're playing games.
Yeah.
We come in
Hey,
nice and
hey,
then
oh.
we come and wrap it up.
Exactly. I'm your buddy. Now you fucking did it, didn't you? Like that's how it's supposed to go.
Exactly. You don't come in at 11.
0 to 100, mate. There's notches on it. the police operation and the capture of the pentagram killer, that's where we see the workmanlike stuff of Renkov.
Yeah.
It's pretty poorly handled. It's not very tense.
No.
And even the punch up between him and Lou, choreographed up the ass. It looks terrible. And even because Lou gets stabbed in that sequence. Like, it needed to have a bit of fucking, throwdown. The two of them punching on, and then Lou cops it in the stomach. Not just once, repeatedly. It didn't really come across. It lacked a bit of. It was like an engine that wasn't on.
I think that kind of follows through to Lou's dream of the execution as well.
A little bit, yes.
It's similar, right? Like, it looks like a TV episode or something.
Yeah.
So,
Freddy's Nightmares episode.
Okay. I wasn't going to go there, but you've said it now, so
yeah,
something like that.
Made for $500. Like that type of thing.
Yeah, it comes off.
It could have had more punch to it.
It undercuts a sort of strong start to the movie.
Because he missed a trick with the execution.
Yeah.
Because, although, what is that, a gas chamber?
Definitely gas.
They weren't gassing
some sort of gas
people back in 89.
Well, they were here.
I mean, what's next? Do you take him outside and fucking hang him? Is that what's going to go on? But they gas him and it fills with gas. They could have
still while they gas him.
They could have had the whole thing filled with gas, so you couldn't see him, and then the window breaks open, smashes open, and he comes out.
Yeah,
but they clear the gas, and then he just kind of wakes up.
Yeah.
Like, no, Robert.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't grip me quite.
No. It didn't grip my swollen balls like.
Not at all. I can understand why, because they were so swollen. But
I mean, Lou should have. The opening shot of Lou should have been the pizza box, fucking piled up ashtray, beer, fucking ice
bag of peas on the cods.
Just in case. Just in case I cop one. I'm already pre-frozen.
The plums are sort of more mangoes at the current stage.
Did you see, also, speaking of laughable, Tessa's psychic computer system? No. He presses on it, up it comes. It was shit. It looked fucking shocking. It thoroughly dates the film. Like, as soon as you see it, you're like, oh my God, this is the fucking early 90s for sure.
Yeah, what were we working with? An Amstrad?
It was an Amstrad for sure. I mean, it fucking looked like a Commodore 64. Which, don't get me wrong, I love that, but it wasn't good for running your own business.
No, it doesn't look like it. But Adam, she's a con artist, so it doesn't really
it's just a shell.
She's cooking books.
It doesn't go anywhere. It's just a shell. Yeah, she's cooking the books for sure. I did not like the fact that his partner was trampled to death by a horse.
Neither did I.
Which looks shithouse.
Death by stampede was sort of funny.
And then he looks up at him and he goes, I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of looked at it. I'm like, what are we playing? Red Dead Redemption here?
Guys, this is
of
bullshit.
All the ways we could have done this, we decided to get him trampled by a horse.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure people do get trampled by horses.
Yeah,
and
of course.
But it looked really silly. It was badly edited. It was badly shot.
But Adam, people die in many ways. People die from accidentally touching an electrical cable or something. Would you put that on film in this particular moment?
No, I
have
wouldn't.
him going, oh, geez, there's the killer. I'm going to chase him. Oh, shit.
It would have been better to have him killed by someone that he'd possessed. You know, like someone just comes out of nowhere.
Well, that's what
him.
happened. Were we led to believe that he was fucking...
The horse was possessed?
The horse, well, not possessing the horse, but the bloody...
The jockey was.
The jockey was possessed. See, this is what made it even worse, was like the machinations around it. How did he see him? Was it the horse?
No, surely not. But what? The jockey possessed and then fucking reared the horse up? I don't know. That was kind of stupid. It looked stupid, and then that was the worst acting from him.
Yeah,
where he looks at him and he goes, and they had to. They seemed to have to do it to say that Channing was back. But he goes, I saw him, and then he goes, bam, blood comes out, and he just fucking. It was really poor.
Yeah, right.
It was really poor. The action scenes for me, Jared, this is where I this is why I went back to 2.5. Because I was at 3 with you. But 1 minute, the action scene bursts to life and Lou's sprinting to get somewhere, gun drawn. And then he ends up in like a abandoned factory or a abandoned hotel. And then we slow everything down and we spend fucking 5 minutes searching the hotel as if to make it kind of like, oh, there's shit, in the background, shadows and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
It's supposed to be fucking frenetic. You will make it work. They just sort of burst into action, then stop, burst into action, then stop.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like jumbled. It just didn't, there was no flow to any of that. I mean, I don't know what Renkov's background was before this, apart from making fucking shit
tradesman,
movies.
according to you?
Well, shit movies with Jay Leno. But he didn't seem to have a grasp of action filmmaking.
No, yeah, those scenes are a bit of a letdown. I would agree with you there. They don't
and
really.
You've got Lou LDP, whose physicality is one of his strengths. He's a physical guy.
In a sense, it feels like it doesn't waste it, but you have some excellent stunt work that's kind of topping off these action sequences. And in a sense, it's kind of saving them rather than finishing them off.
Yes.
In a really
If
spectacular
the thing was fucking shot and edited in a really nice way and the action came together and then suddenly some guy jumps off the fucking roof and flies down and lands, like...
I'm on my feet. Bravo. Fucking fantastic.
Bravo, big fella. But no, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And you wasted one of Lou's strengths at that time. He was younger and fit and he's a physical guy. You could have used it, but you didn't.
You know the thing about the hotel too that made me laugh? I shouldn't... I wasn't going to mention this, but after they've escaped the fucking fan, they bust into a bloke's room, and I get
they use him for his bed against the door.
Yeah, but like it's I get it. It's a hotel that's low end. It's for people that are down on their luck. It's obviously cheap hotel. Would you call it a fleabag motel?
No, I think so. Yeah.
But they get to the bloke who's laying in his bed. He looks like he's just finished a day in the mines.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, surely...
I'm having a fucking nap. I've worked for 12 straight hours.
Surely there's a tap in the room. You can at least wash your face.
Wash yourself off. I know. Was he meant to be like homeless?
That's overselling it a little bit, I think. Yeah. I had a bit of a chuckle at that. Dude, but I do agree with what you're saying there.
My favourite piece of acting in the film is when they go to Patrick's house.
Yes.
They meet Mum. Yes. They find out that Patrick was molested, was it? Or was his sister molested?
No, yeah. So it was
molested
his
by the grandfather
impregnating his own daughter. So Patrick was the result of that, I believe.
And then
unsavoury business.
Mum goes off like fucking Linda Day George in fucking pieces. Like she's like, get the fuck out of here!
Adam,
screaming at him.
I have a full breakdown of this because I had a bit of a moment like you in Long Legs where I started laughing at a scene that was supposed to be taken very seriously. Yeah. And it started...
And we just heard that Patrick is the fucking result of his grandfather sleeping with his mum.
It was more of a slow build, whereas, Long Legs was more like, an explosion of sorts when you just fucking busted out when Nicholas let me in now.
What's commonly known as an explosion of stupidity from Nicolas Cage.
So this one was more of a slow build where I started it started with a sort of a smirk and a titter when... the psychic is possessed and she starts giving a bit of a, oh, mummy, and then starts getting, oh, Grammy. I was like, okay, what are we doing? Then Lou kind of pulls us back with a little bit of, oh, you were there, weren't you? And all this sort of, and I'm like, okay.
Lou straightens us out for a second.
Straightens us out, and then Grandma fucking flies off the handle, as you said.
Talk about years,
and she gives it she was fucking howling. You're a killer! A killer! You're the real murderer! Burn in hell! It was pure comic genius. I rewound it and watched the whole thing again because I'm fucking laughing.
We have just talked about fucking molestation that we follow it up with this.
That's exactly like I'm sitting there going, this is actually like it's a twist it's very dark and it's kind of...
But we just go... batshit
We go
crazy
fucking
with
rogue.
it.
It's just like, I would have said to that.
Jared, that's where you say to her,
bring it down
bring
a touch.
it down.
Rein
This
it in.
is not what we want.
Just a little. Like,
but
I like
Robert
the emotion.
didn't have any fucking takes to do
No,
that. He
yeah,
was
that
just,
was-
go again. Didn't have a chance to say that.
That was comic genius. Absolutely brilliant.
But again, Jared, here you go. That woman outside the window of his apartment doing fucking spins and pirouettes and shit. Talk about fucking taking this concept and making it laughable.
It starts when you first see it, you're like, oh, a little bit of kind of Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
no.
as you said, she pops back down and then she comes back up doing twists.
And then, of course, Lou gets kicked in the balls. My hair.
Leave him alone.
I mean, that can't be your only fucking shot, is it? In the balls. Like,
Well, it's a pretty
come
good
on.
one.
It is,
It
but
works all
Lou
right.
shook it off.
Yeah, Lou shook it on.
She was only a size 6 foot. None was like a 10.
Yeah.
And towed him and got every part of the sack.
Yeah. So here's a question that I sort of had. You've sort of touched on it a little, but at this point in the movie, I was really coming back to, could we have played a little more with like the fallen aspect of you fucking bounce around to seemingly whoever you want to?
Yes.
I feel like we could have got more out of that.
Because we kind of did do that, didn't we? Because
Yeah.
the woman's homeless, the one who's doing the spins and pirouettes.
Yeah, but early on we get more of him
Yeah.
showing up as himself, and then we get a little bit of, oh well, I can still do this but I'm looking like someone else, and we play with it late.
It seemed to be that they had the same ingredients as Fallen, but
yes.
Fallen used the idea of him changing bodies
yeah, and went back
to their effect.
discovering what this is all about, and then
They used it like the same thing, like the Buddy Boy thing. They used the song in Fallen, but it worked in
It
Fallen.
works very well,
Yeah, the touch meant, and you saw the touch, and then they would sing the song, and you knew that's him. So, yes, absolutely. And it would have worked. You had the nun, you had Tess, you had the fucking homeless woman. Any one of them could have been him.
yeah,
Little bit of like, shit. I mean, it would have been cool if it was he was suddenly in Tess. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And Lou's gets out of there.
That's where I thought we were going to go.
Yeah, so did I.
And they did look going into the nun was. I thought that was same sort of pivot.
And then him
something that I
being
was
able to
looking for.
talk her out of it and say, listen, you know, you don't have to do this.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
You needed to read the Bible. Come up with something.
Hey, fucking, what do they say in The Exorcist? I fucking
The power-
banish you. The power of Christ
the power of
compels
Christ
you. That's what you got
compels
to
you.
fucking
Yeah,
tell
that's
them.
what you got to give 'em.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of exorcisms in my time, but that
course.
sounds about right.
That's the way it works.
The final fight between him and Channing is just underwhelming.
Yeah.
Underwhelming. Like,
It
we
is a
really
little.
needed a good stink.
And we get there by Adam. I was baffled by the fact that the sewers in Los Angeles appear to be like a fucking wet
Acid.
and wild.
No, but also,
But then then we get into bloody
fucking
Ace
acid.
Chemicals and we've got a fucking vat of acid down in the sewers.
well, what the fuck's all that about?
Does that actually happen? Not that I know of.
Well,
Like,
it's not a fucking OH. It's clearly an OH&S issue because fucking Agent Johnson could have tripped and
well,
fallen
that's
in
it.
it.
When LTP blew it up, I was like, Agent Johnson is going to be pissed at you.
Oh, he's getting fired from this job too. Shit. But
Yeah.
yes, you're right. That stuff, like the punch up should have been on though. Like you've got the vat of acid. As stupid as that is, you've got them on a platform above a vat of acid. Him and Lou should have been thrown down. And fucking, Lou comes close to getting tossed in the acid and falls and everything like that. And they do that, but it's so haphazardly done. And Lou can handle a fight scene, so get in there and do it.
Yeah, he would have been fine with
It would have been fine. So that was a real letdown.
It was. It
They
was
had
another.
the fire too to it.
Yeah, it was another case where we kind of go out with a whimper in the action stuff, but then get a nice little visual after that when he comes out of it.
left out.
Like, it just seemed to be like that was how we went. We went with sort of subpar action with a fucking great stunt on the end or a nice visual.
But that
or
was the
something.
other thing too. And they did jump away from that. But This guy's fucking possessed. He's possessed by Satan. He's possessing people. He's supernatural. Yet it seemed to be at that point in the film the best way to kill him was toss him in a fucking vat of acid and blow it up.
No, but that didn't work.
I know, but it doesn't strike me as a fucking plan, Jared.
I must say, I did sort of like how they had the cops there saying don't, and then it's like the nun, but then it's him at the end.
Yeah,
even in their eyes,
yes.
like prior, it seemed like it was just Lou seeing things or the psychic seeing things. I kind of like that we ended there, but getting up to it sort of felt like we've given it a lot here without actually doing much.
Yeah, agreed. That was it for me.
Yeah,
to me, I mean, just to cap that off, the ending just didn't make a lick of sense. Like the fucking all that stuff down in the sewers was like it was fucking it was nonsense, Jared. Nonsense.
Okay.
Like in terms of plotting, it was just nonsense.
Yeah. Well, it's just as I said, it's just nothing that we've kind of got any breadcrumbs for before that. It's just like, oh well, we're at that moment.
Boom.
Here's what's supposed to happen. He's got this power. What? I haven't heard about this before. I know I haven't been to church in a while.
Neither has anyone else, Jared.
I don't remember. I remember fishes and loaves. I don't remember anything about fucking three powers.
All I remember was getting up to drink wine and fucking eat bread. The rest of it's fucking...
So your understanding is quite rudimentary at this point.
And kneel down, sit down, get up. Like, fuck. Come on. Come on. My knees can't handle it.
I can't do that anymore.
These days, I would have to be on my knees the whole time.
Sounds like when I stand back up, it sounds like someone's got a bag of chips in their hand at the church.
Are you eating?
No, it's just my knees.
My knees are sad. Did you have anything else?
No, that was it. We pretty much had the same down the back end.
Down the back end. All right, that was the first power. You can find us on Podomatic, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Find us on Instagram at ThrillMePodcastAU. You can send us an email at thrillme@iinet.net.au, Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, and Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com. Keep an eye on the Facebook page to see what we cover next. But until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you all later. Cheers. Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia, or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.